So hello everybody, how y'all doing? I'm up here to do this full moon reading, lunar eclipse that's taking place on May the 26th of this month. But for me, I'm going into it from a different way. I'm coming into it from the Lilith and Chiron energy. Alright? And with Lilith, I have Pluto, Neptune, and Mars on this left. From Chiron, I have the moon, the sun, and Saturn on the right. So, these are the energies we're going to talk about for this video right here. As far as the full moon goes. Now, the full moon is in Sagittarius. Alright? The full moon is in Sagittarius. At 9 degrees, 53 seconds. We have Lilith, that's with Taurus, at 24 degrees, 0 seconds. No, 10 seconds, sorry. And we had a Chiron that's with Aries at 11 degrees and 53 seconds. So that's unique. The moon and Chiron got 53 seconds. Which totals to 106. And Lilith is at 24 and 10. Is at 24 degrees and 10 seconds. Those are interesting numbers. But, I don't know whether I'm going to talk about it that deep and that in my numerology skills. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just so much of an intuitive reading that's coming from my subconscious, which holds the history of it all. So, I just want to drop that down though. So, and on this day, the only one that's missing from the moon is, well, two. Jupiter and Uranus is with the moon. But Saturn is also with the moon too. But we're not going to get into all of that. I'm just, I'm just being me. And I'm just dropping codes. I'm trying to pique that curiosity. Let's see who wants to come past and get some services done. I told you it's a double-edged sword with me. Advertising and promoting, and putting out free information. Hoping that blessings come back to me. Through all the trials and tribulations, the obstacles in the connection, communication, that I still get blessed and rewarded. So, let's get into it, and let's start with Lilith. Why do I want to start with Lilith? Because Lilith comes in with sextile to Mars and sextile to Neptune and trine with Pluto. Ha! So what makes it more interesting is the fact we have a lunar eclipse that brings me to this point. So let's talk about the lunar part with Lilith, right? Let's do it that way. So, we're going to start off with, which one should we start off with? I want to start off by their degrees. So, we're going to start off with Neptune. We got Neptune at 1 degree and 12 seconds. So, we got a 13. We got a 4. But a 13 is broken down to a 4. My bad. I'm just being big number, you know, because it's like a fraction a little bit to me. But let's talk about what this Neptune going to bring. First of all, in the Lilith of it, what is 1 degree, it's with the imagination. And then again, it's not. It is. It is all about on this day right here. Congestion. I think this is going to be a strong, energetic moon. I think they might be calling it a super moon. First time I can honestly agree. But then again, I don't even know what super moon really means in everybody's language, so I can't 100% agree. So I told you that double-edged sword. Gosh almighty. I just choke up on it. But so Neptune at this 1 degree, right? It's not. It's just a forefront, meaning that in your subconscious, what is Lilith? So if you're not really astrology junkie or anything like that, Lilith might not mean nothing. If you go to somebody's video and they be saying Lilith or you looked up, well, right there, that's what you got your impression. Now, as humans with the name Lilith, Lilith also stands from the first person that was born. One of the first people that was born. And it's definitely coming with a 1 degree. So, it's not, to me, I don't think we could ever reset. Because if you look at some people who really function on history, how do we reset if it already happened? So are you calling a reset the same thing? And how is it going to bring out the stupidity that's buried deep down inside for the freedom fighters? Now, who isn't a freedom fighter? Now that's the thing. Now it has Mars though, right? And it has Pluto. And both of them are aggressive energies. So, either some of the things that has already happened that's an aggressive field, which I have heard a lot of rumors, people, you know, Uber or Lyft driver, whichever one it was, getting bit by a person. Got a lady who stabbed up her little kids. We got the conspiracy theory of the cyber hack that happened on my side of the East Coast with the gasoline. So everything might have just already happened with this 1 degree. The thing is, we're going to go to Pluto, which is at 2 degrees and 26 seconds. So, at this point in time, it's something that's over people. People are over it, are in it, eye, nose deep. You either got something that's going to help you breathe, got some kind of oxygen tank, or you don't. It ain't going to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I'm not saying ain't no mercy there. I'm just saying ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The energy from the Lilith part of it is going to be very strong. Then you got Mars at 3 degrees, 52 seconds. So we go by the seconds. We got a 3, we got an 8, and we got a 7. So something going backwards. I heard it's retrogrades. I'm not talking about them. But I'm just trying to say by the seconds, it is something going backwards. So, what is it in your life right now about to go backwards? You already had a little bit of opportunity if you claim to get out of it. But you might have just really didn't. So now you're going to be there. You went it backwards. But the thing is that I noticed for really during the month of May, just about, Scorpio, Libra, Virgo, and Leo is all empty. So who's really laying the justice? Who's really giving the karma? Who's really spiking this energy? So we got a Lilith. What did I say? Lilith. Who Lilith is what? Taurus. So Lilith is in. Lilith is in the darkness of the production. Because it has, it got Taurus with it. I'm not even talking about the other zodiac signs. I mean, it's a whole alchemy with it. But let me keep going. Because the Chiron, I'm just going with my spirit guides. I'm just really getting my feet wet with it. So let's talk about the Chiron so we can get to the big picture. So Chiron is sextile with the sun. It's trine with the moon. And it's sextile with Saturn. Now let me bring this in because I need to try to make my points clear. So Lilith got 2 sextiles in the trine. And Chiron got 2 sextiles in the trine. But I'm dropping hints as I go. So let's talk about the sun. The sun is going to be what? In May, in Gemini. Right? Am I right? I'm going to be in Gemini. So, it is sextile with Gemini. And since I've been doing all these messages, Gemini have been very popular right now. So Chiron is not all about the healing. For some reason, it feels like the don't give a fuck that we have been putting out for social media is going to be so high that the ones that do care is going to be faced worse with the truth. Meaning, it's going to hit you hard. So the ones that do care, what is the truth in your caring? What is the envy of watching the ones that don't care? And second, is this really the day that you need to be putting your 2 cents in? Is this full moon leading to a lot of temptation for you to speak and for you to put your mouth into it and for you to say something? It really is. You're getting exhausted, you're getting tired, you're tired of hearing this, you want things to change. You're getting there, but are you really tired? Are you really tired? It's so easy to answer that question, but it's not so easy to comprehend what this tiresome is in the world that I'm intuitively predicting. Why not let some of them crash themselves and let the universe take care of it? Why involve yourself? Why take the transfer of the energy before this full moon comes? Why? You can't save nobody who don't want to be saved. And if you don't feel like you need to be saving, what you going to save somebody else for? If you got jealousy, envy, competition, goals, all of these little things, why do you want that person to be there with you? Why do you want to bring an obstacle around that's not needed? Now let's go to Saturn being sextile. Saturn is sextile at 1 degree, 36 seconds. Did I talk about the sun being 6 degrees and 11 seconds? So we got 1 degree and 36 seconds with Saturn, which is basically bringing in that truth that I was just talking about on the sextile. Then we're talking about the trine. Let's get to the moon on the trine. The moon is trine at 2 degrees, 0 seconds. You know why I like that moon? Because lately, I only been getting 2 on all my views on YouTube. And the moon is trine with Chiron at 2 degrees, 00 seconds. Everything is gonna be alright. But how I make it back, everything is gonna be alright. But how I make it back. You saying, why the fuck is you sitting there saying everything gonna be alright, but how I make it back? Because the comeback, right, is always interesting. See, the comeback comes with first recognizing you come back. Second, having the courage to allow what is not needed to dissolve without feeling so awkward, without complaining, without falling into some type of numbness or looking outwards to figure out what's wrong. Why is it like this? Why can't it be like that? See, a comeback is really stressful. Now, a lot of people might say, nah, a comeback ain't really that stressful. No, a comeback is stressful. Because it's all depending on your point of view, where you're coming back from, where you're trying to get to. And if you're trying to get back to where you was at, and that is what you call your comeback, then you're not trying to leave nothing behind. But we don't have, but you know, in the shortness of it all, which all of these classify shortness, you got to understand, we have 3 degrees, 1 degree, 2 degrees, 6 degree, 2 degree, and 1 degree. Now you got to also think on the degree situation, 3 degree, 1 degree, and 2 degree, damn sure total to a 6, which talking about the Chiron sextiling with the sun, which give you your 6th degree. Progression. What is progression without stupidity? What is progression? Like, for example, how floss do I supposed to be to prove my astrology skills? How? I need to go back to reminisce on what? And what is the reminiscing going to do without what? At the same time, it's going to put you back in that Gemini energy and a double sword, right? It's going to make you feel like you learned something. But then at the same time, do you care about what you learned? How you going to apply it? Or is it really just making you feel like you really don't have control? Because if you have all of this historian type of knowledge, you got to understand that in the present, you have no control because you contribute to making the same thing happen. So you don't have no control. None whatsoever. The only thing that you did was make history known and was what? A teacher, a sponsor, a substitute, what? Because if it's all about the future and the past is reflecting it from, if we look at the past and we call this present day the future, a lot changed and a lot didn't change. And the main thing that changed that really counts on everything is memory and actions. I don't know about the design supposed to make this place a perfect place. It was never made perfect. The first story, origin story, came about. It was one Adam and Eve, or Adam and Lilith, or man and Lilith, who refused to submit. So let's talk about it from a point of view on ladies. Are you still refusing to submit? Matter of fact, men, let's talk about you. Are you still refusing to submit? Are you still dictating and still telling somebody that you with what to do, how to do it, how you want to be pleased? Nobody broke that generational curse. Nobody has broke it. We ain't breaking it now. Matter of fact, we continuing on. The whole twin flame dynamic was about that. The whole rebellion that's in something that's supposed to be together. Conventional was all about the happiness. You finding your soulmate. You da-da-da-da this. Never talking about the legacy. Never. Matter of fact, half of the people can't even recognize themselves right now in the history book. We might go pull up pictures for people who go to school. You definitely know what I'm talking about because our dynamic has changed. We now doing comparison night. We doing freestyle drawing of people's soulmates. You looking for that specific person. You looking for that person to be that way. But yet, it does not show the changes that the body goes through. When it comes to aging, when it comes to health playing a role, when it comes to your metabolism, and then how many people really favor each other? You know, for real, I just decided this Lilith and Chiron is going to definitely bring about the prison. It's going to bring it a step closer. And the war among ourselves is about to get in more and more intense. See, we're in a year of 5. Freedom ain't something that really exists without death. And maybe I take that legacy from, like I said, the book I read. We have choices here. And if you can't find that 1 degree, that 2 degree, that 3 degree, or that 6 degree of gratitude for the freedom that you have, it's going to be rough after this full moon. And it's coming, it's already been lining up this whole time, especially with all the messages I've been getting and all the ones that I'm going about. And since I'm doing it a different way and I ain't shuffling tarot cards, but I am using them to replace the actual ability to prop up a natal chart. Now this has already been coming. It's time for the butt whipping to come out. And it's coming out because what generation is important, more important than the other generation? See, right now, we don't realize within our community and the way we communicate right now, we've been promoting justice for 20, no, not whole 20. We almost at the 20. We've been promoting justice now for about 15 years. Strong on social media. Justice, justice, justice. Justice, justice, justice. What I mean by we promote it. Don't deal with toxicity. Remove these things out your life. Get your love. Fight your case. The government can't do this. This president gotta be like this. These bills need to be like this. Our rent need to be like this. Protest after protest after protest after protest. The door's been open for 15 years. And it has been a comfortability in the bulk of society. We're going to break down NATO. We don't need NATO. We need solar power. People around here fighting for these pipelines going through. The Indians been fighting. You got people talking about don't put no more satellites on our land. You tainting our thing. 15 years strong. 15 years strong. And right now, for this whole month, Libra for sure has not been moving around. And we into the 26th. And no planet is over there. And if we can't take that hint right now at this point in time, when it's going from Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, to understand that at this point of time, it's humans against the space, nothing is going to help it. Everybody who call gods, goddesses, divine feminine, divine masculine, divine child, star seed, solar seed, twin flame, special, holistic, alternative, astrologers, this, everybody is pinpointed. Now they are ready to meet and gave up the wake-up call in 2020. A lot of people have really started changing. And may the mercy continue on their soul as May 26th bring itself in here. But I'm trying to say, it's a lot more lagging compared to a lot more changing. The fear that people talking about, oh, we promoting fear. You're late. The fear got promoted with Y2K. Now that right there has been 20 years. Because that started in 1999. It's just the fact that now, when we all out here in this community of predictions, and as long as whoever comes see me, or whatever it may be, ask yourself this real honest question. How long did it take for you to feel the fear? Was it 2021? When the 20 years actually came to completion? Then think about it. Because the Chiron is at 2 degrees 00 seconds. And that is with the moon. That's with the moon. What do we call the moon? Oh, this is the illusionary. This is the family. This is the womb of the woman. This is that. This is that. But let's just take it from the magician point of view of illusion. The greatest illusion of all. You want to believe that it took 2020 for you to get afraid? Okay. I'm not here to change it. That's what you gotta do. So if it took 20 years for you to get afraid, and these planets been circulating and circulating, and we've been having history, they done been here, we do this comparison. So how long does it take to be prospered? How long does it take to be free? How long does it take to get your wish granted? How long does it take to be conscious? We've been spending all this time on a great awakening. What you wake to? Ask yourself, what are you waking up to? And how long, once again, did it take you? How long did it take you? See, the thing of saying that people going to be stuck is not the fact that if I was up here doing videos, which this platform won't exist, and none of them was existing in 1999, where we could have access to anyway. Platforms was existing. Because you want to know how they've been existing? Think about your TV that started off in black and white. And it took for you to plug that jank up in the wall, put an antenna up there, and you get something on your TV. It wasn't the fact studios weren't around, actors weren't being born, go and volunteer wasn't being born, and all of that was there. Every last bit of it was there. But for real, what really allowed it to happen? The illusion of control and power that we believe that we had, whether it was given, whether it was forgotten that it was given, or not. We don't talk about Jesus, Buddha, or many other people watching the TV. We only using tablets, scrolls, and so many more things, and people still doing it. You can see the production of the different paper and tablets and how they did it. But what was they doing that for? Did they just need an outlet too? Did they just needed something because they had thoughts. So as the expansion came, which Jupiter ain't up here, but Jupiter is lurking. It's not like Jupiter presence ain't here just because the cards ain't here and I'm sitting here talking, but Jupiter plays a good role in abundance. We went from all of that to 4K, curved TVs, to now we call things streaming. Because if the cable people don't sit there and bring it in, it's called streaming. And as if half of the cable people was invented when the first TV came out. It was stations. The Warner Brothers. It won't call all these cable people Verizon and all of that. The stations. And what happened to the stations? They got incorporated into those things. They didn't try to take them over. They didn't try to bull hog them. They came about. But yes, we even had telephone companies who took over, got renamed. I know somewhere in your neighborhood, you got this shop that you talk about, how they changed their name and they still around. See, in the subconscious of it, that's what promotes crime. It's because your subconscious cannot ignore the fact it's always another chance. And we talk about it. We always talk about another chance somewhere down the line. Your subconscious cannot ignore that. And that's that sextile with Lilith. Because Lilith is with Taurus. So you can't deny it. And then you talking about this. Well, when I'm saying the sextile, let me clear it up. It's sextile with Neptune and it's sextile with Mars. But the sun is sextile with the Chiron and Saturn with the Chiron. And then they trine. The trine is going through Pluto. So how many we got? Bam, bam, bam. We got 3 on the side of Lilith. We got the trine with the moon with Chiron. Bam, bam, bam. So maybe, am I wrong for using it this way instead of talking about that it's all about the degrees that total up that makes it a trine? But then you could look at the chart and you could see where it got the trine, how it's making this angle. And it's still connecting dots because the angle gotta have 3 connection points. So, I ain't gonna do too much more talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to come out and say, for real, this full moon is going to be something nasty. It's not 100% nasty, but you better bet your ass on 50%. But it's all about the perception that you're going to have. And the effects that it can have on you. Book a service. Let's talk about you and not the collective. Because this is all about the collective. So if you need to hear about you, hit me up. Let's talk about you. But I'm telling you, this full moon that's coming around and the lunar eclipse is with it. And by my understanding, they seconds apart. Same degree, but seconds apart. And the reason I say it's 50%, it's so harmonious. This is so balanced out. 2 sextiles, 1 trine. You cannot beat that with a bat. So, can you see that part? Or what is it else that you need? Are you going to look for it? Go for it. But once again, I already sat there and said, Y2K brought in a whole lot of fear. You just got sidetracked by technology. And right now, big tech about to come through. You know who's going to be that example? Bill Gates and Melania. Their divorce is nothing but a distraction. See, Bill Gates don't want to lose all his money. And of course, why would a woman want him to lose all his money? And why wouldn't she want to take a deal to start another corporation and be that setup guinea pig for that big tech war that's about to come? Because there's about to be a big tech war coming. And Bill Gates getting prepared. And then Bill Gates is sitting here dealing with astrologers and psychics at this point in time. He doing the smartest move. So everybody keep whispering about him. But the thing is, what is the name of his company? I mean, it all going clockwork. Bill Gates came out, talked about his divorce. Then what? The East Coast just had their cyber attack. And now they're going to invent cyber software. And especially for the government. So Bill Gates know for a fact he got enemies who's willing to play black magic on him. And they split up. Who you going to go for? And who really going to lose the war? Bill Gates or you? When he getting a divorce. See, Bill Gates about to capitalize off of this full moon. He doing his at so much of a good time. And like I said when it first came up in here. If you haven't got a lot of stuff or the understanding straight before the 26th, you're stuck. Bill Gates doing his. While everybody talking. He ain't got to be tied to that. Because see, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for Bill Gates' name to be tied into it. But he just told you. You're not going to find it. So are you going after Melania? I mean, Melanie? Damn, Trump. But I'm just saying, are you going to go after his wife? And who to say that is going to be in her name? See, donations, and we talk about corruption so much. Corruption is the masterpiece in this. So what is you going to find out? What is you going to stop and what is you going to prevent? Don't worry, I don't need your answer. Because you don't want me to know who you are anyway. I'm just trying to say, good luck. Because this tech war is about to crank real good. Real good. You got Tesla who about to stop doing Bitcoins, his dog coin. He's talking about it's an environmental hazard. Everything is lining up for this big tech. And big tech is going to affect everybody. It's a domino effect. That's why you see 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, 1 degree, 2 degree, 6 degree. Bam! The 6th degree is with Chiron. It's sextiling with the sun. Gemini will be on May 26th. How do you take something shiny and see it with the sun without it blinding you? We grew up with magnifying glasses, burning stuff. Some people in the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts still use a magnifying glass to start a fire. See, we all teaching each other old school ways to survive. So why isn't this the perfect time to play this game? It's about to crank. The big tech war is on the horizon. And they setting themselves up. So whoever take their information and work with whoever they working with that's giving them their guidance is working. Because that's two big tech people. Tesla, it's an environmental hazard. That's what happens if you take that magnifying glass or any type of glass and reflect it, and it will catch on fire if it's the right material. But no other than that, it still will heat it up. It will provide heat. Gemini is in a perfect moment. Like I said, the chaos is on the way, baby. And the good part about it, the movies got Venom. What is it called? Something about release the carnage or let it be carnage. Every hint and clue is there. And you can't get blacker than Venom. With the eyes being white like the moon, baby. Yes. I'm out there. But I ain't got to tell everything. I just wanted to end my video with a bang. Get ready. Because this full moon is definitely ready. And it's going to put lights out. Because this is a lunar eclipse. This is not a solar, baby. So let us get it right. This is a lunar with the number 11. Go 11, go 11, 11, 11, 11. We got the moon at 11 degrees. And we got the lunar eclipse at 11 degrees. Huh. I guess y'all probably forgot about that in the prayer event. And I'm out of here on that note.